back with the latest installment of Building the Box. This week I've got a lot of things to go through. I'm going to start with the orders we talked about last week, or 2 weeks ago I mentioned this. We had basically like 6,000 orders to ship. We have shipped 7,500 orders in 4 days roughly, which is pretty impressive. We had to scale up massively. So we added like 3 printers. Like normally we have 2 pack benches going. We scaled to 6, and then we had 6 people assisting these pack benches by making boxes, and then we had someone doing picks consistently. So we had 13 in all in the warehouse, and it was a lot of stress. Like at the start of the week, we were, is this going to work? It did work. We had to pitch people in from our creative team as well as bring people in from outside, but with a lot of effort, we pulled it off. And so now we have 300 orders left to ship, which will take us about a day with just 1 staff. We're in a good place. I'm very grateful that we've got to this. In terms of other things that's been going on, I flew to Birmingham this week and I met Stu, who is our finance guy. He works or owns, eClarity, which is like e-commerce finance group. They work across a ton of brands and we're one of them. I think I was actually his first client, so I take pride in that. I haven't seen him in about 2 years, which I think is, well, I blame Stu for this because he should fly to see me, but ultimately it's also my fault too. So we were discussing plans for next year, basically working out financial forecasts for the next 3 years that we can work off, trying to work on a bit of cash flow and just catching up in general. It was good. Stu's working on those things currently. I've given all the information from my side. And as someone who studied finance, I just want to say on this, the actual difference between studying it and then applying it is so big, because some of the things that he knows, I guess experience-wise, is huge compared to what I do. And he was able to like talk me through different numbers and forecasts that would take me a lot of time to get to. So it was really impressive. I guess that's why he's worth the big bucks that you pay. And he's now working on a SaaS as well. It seems like everybody's working on a SaaS. I think the SaaS will be, he showed me it, I think it'll be pretty good. I think it'll be pretty popular. I'll get early access to that, which is exciting. I think it's coming starting next year. But yeah, that was good. Birmingham, I was up early for it as well. I've never been to it before. It seemed a nice enough city. There was a big security presence, so it makes me wonder if there's like a raised security threat, because just compared to Belfast, there was like so many police. There's metal detectors in train stations. There was armed guards in the airport. Like it was a bit intimidating. Anyway, the Christmas market is wrapping up. I'm working my last shift on it tomorrow night. This year, I thought we were down. Like I ran the stats maybe like 1 week into the market, and it looked as if we were like going to be down this year compared to last year. And I might have mentioned this on a previous episode, but I was speaking to Sean last night from, it's like a skincare brand. I don't know exactly the name of it, but he's always at the market. He's ever present. He's a bit of a character. He's a good lad. He was not happy with how this year's market's gone. He was saying a few other traders were the same. I just put that down to like Labour government and the budget and stuff like that. And I thought we'd probably be in the same boat, and that's why I hadn't ran the numbers, but I ran the numbers today. And so far, compared to last year, we're up 10%. And that's with 4 days left of the market, and it should be the 4 busiest days. And we've had stock issues throughout the market. We haven't been able to like get stock down there. We've had poor management on our side, but also just running out of stock because online sales being so high. We could have done way more. We'll finish probably 20% up, which is really good. Again, I think last year we jumped 20 or 30%, so it's just compounding every year. And this might be the last year because we're trying to go into physical retail. It'll be sad when we wrap it all up on Tuesday. Roy does the breakdown, but I think you need to grow, and I don't want to be a Christmas market trader in my grey hair. No offense to anybody who does that. I think the next step is a physical store for us, and we just have to figure out the right store and what the right build looks like. I actually reached out to quite renowned architects about that because I thought the experience has to be very important in this store. We're hopefully going to get like a meeting going next week, and I can walk them through what my idea and vision is. And hopefully they see it too. Maybe they want to work on it. I think rough fit out is probably going to be like 100 grand, and then rent on it is like 30 grand a year, which is not awful. It's just not as profitable or big revenue as online is. It's a different business, but I think you need it to build like brand value in the long term. Another thing, I mentioned this actually on my podcast with Jamie, just like people have been stalking me, like competitors. So I seen one recently stalking my Instagram. I've now seen another, like my private Instagram, I've seen another stalking my LinkedIn. So I guess it's compliments, but maybe there's a danger of me putting this out here that people are copying it and taking inspiration. Hopefully it doesn't become net negative. I hope not, because otherwise if it does, I might have to censor a bit what I say and like remove numbers and maybe only release what I'm doing 2 or 3 months after what I did. But I don't want to be like that, so we'll see how it develops over the next couple of months. Also launched hiring for field sales role for the claw machines. So that went live last week, and now we've gotten a good few applications through. We're filtering them, we're doing this tests, and then interview, interview. I'm hoping to have that hired Q1. That would be a good role, and it should make us a bit of money. We're having problems with the current machine, so like the card thing on it has been broken for like the last week, and the factory isn't helping with us on it. So I've been trying to get Aaron to help me on that, but it's not going as quick as I want, so I'm gonna have to pick that back up next week and try and get that fixed, because if we're gonna scale it out on a mass volume, we're gonna need reliable machines. We can't have them breaking down, which is a worry. I've heard a good few things about like the Chinese factories though, that they'll like fly people out to like train up your staff. So that would be a good thing if we committed to like a huge volume. They fly over, train our staff up on everything they need to know. And so that way we can never have these failures. And then it's getting into gifting season. So one thing I love to do is just everyone we work with, like our business partners, colleagues, suppliers, etc., give them, you know, a Christmas gift as a thank you. I think it's a little added touch, especially if you're paying someone money or getting money off them that you need to do. Very few people, I think, do it in business. We got one from our shipping people, and that's about it. Sometimes people forget that it's just nice to do nice things, and people remember it. Like I remember one year Peoplevox, who do our WMS, they sent us like their own Red Bull cans, and that was like cool. And then they haven't done anything since, and like customer support has been shit since. So budget cost must have gone on there. We send stuff out, and I think it just builds up goodwill, and something, you know, anyone in business should probably look at if it's not too late. The main thing I've been working on a good bit recently is them building like a brochure, basically off of Dan Martell's Dream Big vision idea, that I can present to staff in the company and be like, this is where we're going in the next 3 years. Because I do communicate it, but I think if it visually is wrote down and everyone's given it and it's very detailed and they can see themselves within it, then everyone can buy into it and believe, yeah, this is where we're going. This is where I see progression. So I've been spending a lot of time on that, and I want to make it packed with images, because I know text is one thing, but like images on it can help you visualize it. I want to present it in the new year when basically everyone comes back a bit refreshed. Try and get that buy-in, that feedback. What do people see working? What do people not see working? Because I did it last year for the first time, and I didn't do like a brochure. I just did like a document, no images on it, and people are pretty hyped after it. I think this time it's going to be really good, and I think it's something we can give everyone new who joins to be like, this is what we're doing. And it's going to be like a brochure that someone can keep. Like it'll be thick and it'll be glossy. The stuff in it will be private. Don't get me wrong, like I'm not going to publish it online. It'll be something people can like go back to. And if you're making a decision, you're like, does this fit in with the vision, with what we're trying to achieve? I'm excited for that. There's a few issues, like we're still building it, and I still have to like figure out a few things on it. Like it hasn't been the easiest process, because you are trying to predict the future, which is near impossible. But I think it'll be a great thing, and I think more people should do it. The frame I got from one of my team members on this was, when I was saying I was doing this, Ryan, he said to me, that's great. It's like a football club. When a football club goes in and it goes, we want to win the league within 3 years, we're embarking on this project to sign young players to train them up, like Chelsea. You get buy-in. But if you're like West Ham, where you have no project, you just hire and sack managers as it like your results go up and down, then people become disgruntled. You need to have that project, that buy-in that people can get behind. Anyway, that's me wrapping it up for this episode. I'll be back in the new year with plenty more, hopefully exciting things to talk about.